Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Total War Attila, featuring that amazing Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod. And we've kind of left off in a great point to start turning our focus towards Portugal. And as usual though, I have a few little details I want to take care of before we start heading in that direction. One of those is I've had a viewer that's reminded me more than once about my army up here that we're levying troops with up in Dijon. And here it is. And if you look at this, he notices that every time I click on this general over here to levy troops, he's noticing this dismal integrity bar down here. And, you know, I just haven't noticed it yet, although he's pointed it out, let's just say, more than once. And typically, I haven't done anything about it. Today, I'm going to make somebody happy, and we're going to go over here, and we are going to put this army in a different stance. And by fortifying this army,
May as well get comfy, men.
look at that, change per turn is now positive for integrity. So at least while we're over here levying troops, we'll be able to get that done. And I think we have levied this turn. Yes, we have. So we're done here. But now I hope I see a smile on somebody's face out there. We got her done. We got her done. One thing I'm going to do also is, in looking around before I started to play through, I noticed we have an issue or two here. And one of the issues is I swear we had promoted somebody, and I think it was Henry over here, to the office of Marshal, but Henry is no more, unfortunately. The unfortunate thing is he has deceased, therefore I have no Chancellor. Fortunately, we need a 5-star individual to take over that duty, and we do happen to have a 5-star governor that can take over that position, and that would be Robert. And what that does for us is something that's greatly needed, and that's +2 public order to all provinces by promoting into this position. And this may be one more reason that I have yet to have noticed as to why we started taking some public order hits around the globe. And that's because we all of a sudden didn't have a chancellor. So let's see if we can't get you promoted up into here, Robert, and get that done. I'm highly confident that you'll be able to make that happen. Now, the other thing I want to do is see about, I've got so many children coming of age, so many family members coming of age. We do have a governor here, as far as David, a governor here, ship given out to Paul, but then I got countless others that are just sitting around. And when they're sitting around with nothing to do, that's when sometimes bad traits pop up. So we're going to see if we can't get them busy, can't get them active, and hopefully prevent some bad things from happening. So there's twofold things I'd like to do. Those units, or those youth of ours that have come of age that do not have wives, as long as they have the influence, will get wives. And those that do not have the influence, what we're planning to do is oh wait, he's just a statesman, so I don't know why he doesn't have the ability to come down here and become a retainer. So that does take influence cost also. That I wasn't aware of. So as these individuals gain influence, we'll be seeking wives and or becoming retainers. So I thought I could just be a retainer without any influence, and that's a mistake on my part. So we'll keep an eye on Martin. We will keep an eye on Alan. As their influence grows, we will be taking actions with them. We have the ability to gain a wife here for our newest governor, our governor down in Biskra, and I want to go ahead and seek the wife for him. We have no influence there, nobody else of age, and we do not have enough influence here yet. We're just going to kind of go down the line, and we're going to have to check in here often because we have a lot of children that are, look at a 14-year-old daughter, 14-year-old son. They're going to be getting close to where we need to deal with them also. Now here we have Henry, a statesman, who has the ability to either become a retainer or seek a wife. And since he's already, let's just say, already active with an illegitimate son, let's see if we can't seek the wife first. And here we don't quite have the influence, and there's, yeah, looks like Eric is the last one down this line. And if I remember correctly, Eric has some whoppers of traits here. Does he have any influence? No, not yet. So that's just something else I want to keep an eye on to help us out, hopefully, eventually. The other thing I want to look at doing is starting to add army, because now if we have, in fact, as I said before, increased Imperium, and as you can see, with that we have the ability to add armies. We're going to want to start thinking about having some armies in reserve, or even half armies in reserve, to help reinforce or hold weakened areas against revolt, whatever it may be. We're going to see if we can't start promoting some extra generals to help us out. So the first place I'm thinking we'll add a general is we'll have a strong levied army coming down. We can start at least a half army down here. We don't have amazing income, and that will not be a fast build on this army down here, but is going to get started, and I'm going to recruit a general. Of all the guys we just looked at in the family tree, kind of picked out Alan as having potentially the best general kind of traits. And I think that's who we're going to look at utilizing here as we raise forces. And I think we're going to start in Montpellier. If we can't quite build, and I'm looking to at least start out an army with longbowmen and billmen, so that we can then use those units and reinforcements up here for the armies we're levying once we get enough levied troops up here to fill it out with the armies. With the individuals we're recruiting down in Montpellier, Toulouse, and or Bordeaux if we need to. And the guy I'm looking at is Alan on our family tree, and that's who we're going to see if he is available for raising forces. And let's just scroll down and see. There's going to be a whole bunch available because there's a whole bunch that have come of age. And there's Alan. He has some decent traits here. Extra zeal, political action cost is lower because of his blood feud, and loyalty is good and solid. Morale when attacking of his commanded force, I really like that trait. And he's also respectful if we need such help, say down in North Africa somewhere. So anyway, he's the one I've chosen at age 16 to take over and start recruiting a new army down in Montpellier.
At your command.
And we're just going to move him into town for the moment and park there until we get more funds and enough funds to kind of build him up. And just to give us an idea, we can definitely, we could basically pick up the units I need in Montpellier. Really, I'm only interested in lower tier, kind of filling out the upper tier that we're levying up north. And what I'm thinking is what we can do is get the base. I think the army up in Dijon already has a couple of the longbowmen. Get a few more going, you know, 3, 4, probably 4 billmen ideally to fill out this army. Then we can always send Alan himself up there to do some levying, and at least we'll have a full army down here. And then Alan can always come back and recruit some more of these billmen and or longbowmen when he's ready to join the fray down here on the Iberian Peninsula. So there we go. There's my thinking out loud. Just want you all to know. And then probably there's only one more thing I was looking at, and it's so I can get my army in Biskra on the move that much sooner, is this priest over here can just about make it to Biskra, so close to getting over that border. And as soon as that priest gets over here and starts helping with my public order, I'll be able to move this army out. And we're really going to be able to start moving then against Portugal, which I've picked out as my first target on the Iberian Peninsula. All right.
Lord's work is never done.
So we've done those things that I wanted to get done before we hit that next turn button. After this, with the priest moving over, we'll be able to get that army on the move. Maybe what I'll do initially is bring the army over to Algiers so we can get the army in Algiers moving. We can get our first army of one of two moved out of here towards Portugal, and I don't have a problem parking the armies over here, because while we do see that they get the seasickness moniker when we're in shallow water, I'm going to not even tempt fate by bringing them out into the open seas to cause any attrition. The seasickness symbol doesn't seem to really do much, at least in the current iteration of this mod. So keeping some units at sea in shallow waters is not a concern of mine. So we've done all the details. Let's take our next turn, gain some more income. Perhaps we can upgrade, if we're lucky to get enough, we can upgrade and transfer and convert our city in Marrakesh to one of our kind, and really then get that final push towards public order going in Marrakesh. So we're going to take our next turn, and we will see you on the other side. All right, one of those rare turns where no pop-ups happen, no oddball deals have happened in between. Let's see, Paul, low loyalty, looking to elope with Constance, who hurts that loyalty even more, unfortunately. Oh, so I see. Paul is not necessarily my Paul, if that makes sense. This is my daughter, who's the one that lowers loyalty. I actually think we're just going to give the blessings for our daughter. I don't even know where Paul might be from. It doesn't really tell me here. Just a random character's dedication to the faction. It doesn't say he's from some other faction, so some guy within the realm has caught the eye of Constance. We're just going to go ahead and give our blessing. And yeah, Constance, you're age 50. You found a young stud to go. Let's keep you happy. Now we also have Paul, who's been looking for a bride, and I do like the idea of plus 20% of chance of having a child. Looks like a nice match for us here. And Robert has secured his office, so once again it looks like we do have some additional public order by having what is that, the Chancellor? Yes, it is Chancellor that he has taken office of. So that should overall help our public order also. And a noble marriage. We have a successful marriage to Henry. So population surpluses are continuing. Raiding Marrakesh. Who is doing rebel armies? Oh, so we did have our rebellion down here. So before we move out, we're going to go handle that with one of our armies. And let's see, which one do we feel like it needs experience? They both have decent experience. This one needs more. It has a little less experience. We're bringing it down here to quell the rebellion. Squash the rebellion, chase him down. And just because I'm throwing in a quick little battle here, even as though it's amazingly lopsided, I don't know if we'll make it over here in time to get some more battles in Portugal, which is where I'm going to be headed next for this episode. So just in case, let's get our appetites wet with a very lopsided, I'll admit, battle. But let's go down on the battlefield. Okay, nice dry weather as you would expect in the desert. Let's get going. And there they are, straight ahead. We have wide open fields in between us. We're pretty much going to send the cavalry. I'm not going to take any time changing our deployment. We're pretty much going to just run forward with our archers to get close. And beyond that, we're just going to get them up into range. We'll widen our stances. We'll set them forward, and then we'll follow that up with our own cavalry, because we should be able to, other than this cavalry here, everybody else is prone and weak against a cavalry charge and assault, and that's just the way we're going to handle it. Quick, easy, get her done. So let's start the battle. Get our bowmen up and moving. Get our cavalry up and moving. We're going to bring these two over on this side. We're going to bring our Templar Knights over on this side. One of these two teams, depending on how their general works and maneuvers, is going to be taking him on. We'll even bring our general out. And we'll start, just in case they manage to engage our archers, we will bring some forces up to help protect them a little bit. Riding free and unhindered across the desert as we go to quash the rebellion. And it's kind of cool how you have the heat ripples off in the distance on this map. I find that aesthetically appealing. Having lived plenty in the desert area of Southern California, I know that look. And we don't have all our units running. The idea is to get this battle over quickly. And we are still out of range of their catapults, but everybody's just about in place. We aren't even bringing the whole army forward. But we will now, just to have them nearby. We are not even worried because I'm not expecting to need them. So let's get these charges going in just a brief moment. And our archers are winded from all that running. We're going to give them their final movement up here so they can take their shots. And we're going to bring those billmen that are providing a tiny bit of protection up there also. And everybody else is going to get moving. These two units are going to overwhelm their general. This unit going against this catapult, this unit going against the skirmishers. The catapults are firing now. We have coming range with our archers. But in my mind, that's of no consequence. We are about to engage here as they realize that and start coming forward. Here's the focus on their general. He's ready for a nice pyramid charge, but we're coming from the wrong direction. The rest of us moving out here. First catapult engaged. Their skirmishers engaged, and I don't expect them to hold up well at all. Now the arrows are in range and they are falling, and they fold. So that was fun, quick little battle as we knew it would be. We just wanted to get those charges in there and have some fun. All right, a nice decisive victory, and somehow we left a few of them alive. One thing I did not do at the end of that battle is realize we are an open field battle. We need to run them down. We weren't in the city battle. Let's kill our captives, which is just something I do to rebels. I don't do it any other time other than for these revolting individuals.
At once. Ready for
And we can run them down, finish them off. This time a simple auto-resolve to take care of them. Just a few of the Zanata tribesmen got away. And we will be aggressive once again. Kick him between the legs and then stab him as he cringes. There we go. And that's how we did it.
Would that I were as swift as the angels. Come Commander.
and we can get back towards the coast.
At once. Ready for further orders.
All right, out of the desert, we will replenish quickly and be able to head on towards Portugal. All right, we finished Noble Domain in Marrakesh. We finished Militia Quarters in Marrakesh. So already that should start helping the public order in Marrakesh. Yeah, I see the improvement already. Look at that, positive 14. No more negative numbers. And yes, we did kill the rebel general. We've gained some traits. Let's go find out. David has reduced construction costs in Adam. Warcry 2. We're gaining some more useful merchants and household members. Wealth for somebody in a governorship where that can come in handy. Longbow, missile attack rate for infantry units. We'll take a look at one of our commanders perhaps that can use that. And increased armor. So we definitely have potentials with household members here, and we got a couple ranks to deal with. David in Marrakesh. That should be right here.
Hunger for battle.
No, that's Edward. So Marrakesh, that's my governor. There's David already. So already he's gonna. Well, that's tax rate. I'm more interested in public order, and by increasing authority, we can hit that the most rapidly this way. We also have a rank gained by Edward. Now there is our general, right?
At your command.
Yep, that's Edward. Let's get him promoted. His integrity is still changing and positive, so that's very good news. So that means we can focus our troop promotions on campaign movement range and battle movement speed, which will only help us. And we had victory in Marrakesh both times, and so there's our events. Let's get our some of our individuals moving. Edmund,
Champion of the Lord.
he's almost going to be able to join up with our king here to help protect him as he moves with the army. Since we had this little disruption down here, I'm going to wait one turn before we move these armies to sea towards Portugal. But one thing I can do is this army in Biskra will be able to move out because right now public orders plus 22. Moving our military out of there will take away 21 of that. Plus I'm moving my priest down in here now, and he has the ability to inspire the populace, and that positive number is even better. So we can get our army on the move out of Biskra right now. In fact, looks like we can get them all the way to sea down here, and we are at full strength and ready to move. How about we do this first? We get down here to the coast.
Commander. You have
And do we have any kind of recruitment that can be done down here? We actually have longbowmen available down here, which I think I wouldn't mind another one, and we're going to spend the money there
Get the fortifications ready.
to get this army 100% to full strength. Unfortunately, this turn, I don't think we quite have the funds that I need to get this building converted in Marrakesh. Actually, I do. I do for this conversion. And I think that'll leave enough over to levy an army up in Dijon. So we're going to go ahead and convert this building, ecclesiastical domain in Marrakesh. And as all these other buildings convert, our public order is going to be in great shape, and we're going to be able to hopefully move out next turn. I'm going to feel comfortable doing that. We'll see. And so what I'll do is I'll hold off one more turn to get our king on the move and get, as we were about to do a second ago, get our assassin on the move to join him. And then we have our other assassin ready to go on the move. And I guess what we'll do is maybe get the assassin moved over in this direction. We have an army in Lisbon, an army in Evora, and we have no armies up in Braga. So we are going to be moving our forces up here to take over this city first. I'll probably land some others, perhaps near Lisbon. We'll greatly outnumber there, or be able to hold off a quantity of their forces. Because look at this, we have a number of quality armies. 1, 2, 3, 4 to match up to their 3 armies. So that's more than sufficient. 2 to attack the city, 2 to act as a holding a force against their armies, and we should be in good shape. So with that in mind, I think what we'll do is our king will end up going up to Braga. We're going to bring our assassin up in that direction to be able to join him up there. And that way, perhaps, well, this assassin will just follow behind all the other armies moving up there and join one of the armies at the appropriate time. As far as our spies, I think we are all set up just fine at the moment.
How can I assist you?
We have vision of what we need over here, so we're in good shape. We're going to take one final look at diplomacy-wise with Portugal as we're about to move up on them. And let's keep checking. They are still at war with the Alamad Caliphate. No big deal. They aren't doing anything against them. It's like they know what's about to come. But the more important is they still have not picked up any military allies or defensive allies. And that's what matters to me most. Now it says we are still trade partners. And I know we canceled one of our traits, but we also got to cancel our trade and send them that message also. So let's deal with that.
We offer you honest welcome. Speak, friend, and hopefully later we will drink to seal our agreement.
We will not seal that agreement. They're already a little well, let's put it this way. Our relations are deteriorating because of the cancellation of the non-aggression pact, and we're about to make it worse right now by canceling our trade.
Our merchants...
Yeah, your merchants. Your merchants are without goods now that they're not trading with us. So I think what we'll do with a generalship, we do have an opening here in as a baron of the Exchequer. We're going to promote here, and then hopefully we have our governor of Marrakesh very close, I think a point or two away of influence to be able to come up to provost, which will then help even further the public order in Marrakesh. Once that position is available, if this promotion works out. So we're going to see about promoting Thomas up to the Baron position right now. He has the influence to do that, and then soon our governor down in Marrakesh, a point or two more, will have the influence to try for the position of provost. And that's the plan there, to give that, once again, that little extra bit of public order down in a territory we want to leave no one behind, and head up with all our forces, as many as possible, up towards Portugal. So changing our position and getting, just as a note, getting a new chancellor in place has definitely paid off, because when I look at this chart on how we're trending, I only see 1, 2, 3, 4 territories that have a negative trend. So the money we have to spend on public order buildings in these areas, I feel much better now, because early on my initial improvements are going down in North Africa, and I still have something else I would love to spend in Biskra eventually, but that loosens up the immediate need for funds by getting that simple promotion done. So I'm thrilled about that. And that's about it, other than taking a look to see if we have the ability or are just enough funds or not to levy another unit up here.
At your command.
And this is a longbowman. You know, I'm going to pass on this one. Is this one going to be that much better, I wonder, than our standard one? Let's find out. Yeah, missile damage is about the same. Ammunition. To me, it's not worth the funds. In fact, we have a better rate of fire with our base longbowman rather than this particular style of longbowman. So we're going to pass on this particular one and hold on to the funds. In fact, what we'll do is those funds I was going to spend, we will hire a longbowman down here from this army. Much cheaper.
We need good fighters.
Alright, I think Marrakesh is going to be very close to being there for us, so we can even start moving out soon. Next turn, we're at the point where I'm going to hit that next turn button any moment now. Moving our army out would give us a -6 at the moment, but that's going to start changing in a turn. Well, no, the physician won't, but I take that back. Physician and workshop won't change the public order, but over here, when we get the city converted, that will help. With that in mind, we have yet another priest over here that isn't totally needed over here anymore. I can afford to take him out, and Chrysantina is still going to be okay. So we're going to get this priest on the move towards Marrakesh, and he'll better help us out over there.
Would that I were this swift.
In fact, we'll just get him walking all the way in case I forget to do that each turn. There we go. Okay, I think our turn is set. Hopefully we've not forgotten anything at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and do the next turn, and we should be able to get our armies on the move. All right, we have a new noble birth. Alfred, born to Adam and Eleanor. Eustace, born to Thomas and Philippa. Philippa, born to Paul and Margaret. They need more names. Too many repeats. I tell you, makes my head spin. And the office has been secured by Thomas, which means our governor down in Marrakesh has a position to take as soon as he gets the influence that he needs. In fact, let's go check out and see what that influence might be that he has so far. The governor is down here. It's David, and his influence is 29. His influence needs to be 1 higher at 30, so we'll have to come back and remember to come back next turn to see about David and getting him his promotion to help with public order.
Ready for battle.
Okay, we have an army here ready to go on the move. They're almost, other than this Templar Knight, fully healed, and I'm going to get them on the move. In spite of that, we're going to go the long way around to stay in the shallow water so we don't risk any high seas attrition.
Embarking.
And if I was to take this army out right now, that would cause -6, and we're currently at 64. I think we can hang on with that. With our governor getting a promotion soon to add to public order, and our priest on the way to inspire the populace and help with public order in a few turns, I think we can hang on as far as public order in Marrakesh is what I'm thinking. I'm going to move this unit to sea.
March.
It's only -4, so I miscalculated. So it's not even -6, so I feel very comfortable that we can hang on. And we'll get this army on the move towards Portugal via the coast. Now we got 2 more armies to get on the move.
Commander.
Oh, we got 1 more. I take that back. We have 1 more army to get on the move, and next turn he will be followed. So the king's army is going to get moving. We'll have a trailing army follow. This will probably be one of the blocking armies that we'll use then, since it's coming up later.
I am a champion of the Lord.
We'll get our champion moving. Maybe what we'll do is potentially embed him with this army. We shall see. As far as the new turn also goes, we have some population surpluses. Our trade agreement with the Kingdom of Georgia has been dissolved. We've lost some household members. A lance, not the biggest concern, and armor. And we have some more buildings constructed. Catholic chapel in Lyon to help with public order. Marrakesh, we have our physicians, so sanitation should be improved. And let's take a look and just see what that sanitation is sitting at right now. It is back in the green, so that's good.
Salve! How can I help?
And we'll get you moving up. In fact, we're just going to push you up towards Braga.
Would that I were as swift as the angel.
We know our spies are fine, and we have
Willing.
our priest to get on the move to Marrakesh.
Where can I get a good stuffed lark?
So everything there is still good. Let's just see if any new trading opportunities opened up with Georgia out of the mix. Does not look like it. And with these funds, 5,000, I don't really have enough to do any upgrades right now for any potential buildings. What I do need to see about is levying troops. So we'll head up there.
We hunger for battle.
This time we do pick up an appropriate unit, at least in my mind. Hospitaller Knights. And we're sitting at 11. Once we get up to around 14, I take that back. 17 along with, around 17, because we're going to have a few longbowmen down here that'll be added to the mix. In fact, we're going to,
At your command.
since we have the funds, recruit a couple more.
Come, fight with us.
And then that'll work on rounding out one full new army while we recruit another one after that. So I think we're ready to go for our next turn. That was a nice quick turn. We're going to keep going and pushing forward. We got 3 armies at sea, and this next turn we should be able to add a 4th to that, moving against Portugal. Poor, unsuspecting Portugal. So we're going to do a new turn. See you on the other side. Alrighty, we have another uneventful turn. No pop-ups in between. And let's see, we have war declared, the Pretenders and Kingdom of Georgia. So yeah, so Georgia's under attack. No wonder we lost trade with them. Something's going on over there. We've recruited our longbowmen, and we've gained a household campaign movement range plus 20%. What an awesome household member. And we got some ranks that we need to deal with. Looks like one of them's at sea as we speak. So let's do this one.
Yes.
And you know what I'm thinking. Our integrity is good, although we are at sea and whatnot, so it's taking a minor hit. But I'm going to go with campaign movement again and battle movement again, just to buff us up in that way. And then we have Edward.
At your service.
Oh, and that is our priest over here. So he's going to get some more buffs, hopefully, to public order if we have them available. In fact, right here, Inspire Populace. We're going to buff that right away. And Spread Religion. Boom. The 2 most needed buffs that we need right away are handled. And there's our promotions. Now, let's see about getting some armies on the move.
My
In
sword
fact,
is yours.
let's just get our...
This is madness.
Can we get him combined up here? I'm not sure. Well, let's just get the army on the
At your
move. We'll
command.
deal with embedding someone or keeping him nearby soon enough.
God bless our voyage. How can I serve you?
Edmund, we're keeping you up in this direction. We're going to get our king moving
Is there nothing else?
through the straits.
Would that I were as swift as the angels. Your orders? Would that I were as swift as the angels.
Would that you were so swift.
Put your backs into it, you men.
Okay. Public order is dipped to -5 now. I definitely want to get our priest on the move. He'll be there in another turn or two. In fact, looks like he'll be in territory right here next turn. Let's take a look at our governor over here, David. Looks like he has enough influence to see about promotion. So let's get on that screen with our offices here. And let's see if we can hunt down David. In fact, that looks like David. Yep, Atlas Governor. We're going to see about a promotion right here. And that will help public order down in Marrakesh. And then our priest will be there, and we hopefully will then have it under control. And our income overall is shrinking rapidly just as we continue to recruit more troops. So we definitely need to get on the move in Portugal to continue our expansion to help our income by taking over some more cities and income generating cities.
I'm a
We're going to
champion
get
of the
this
Lord.
other assassin moving up in his general direction
As
to
you
be near
command.
our armies up here to
There
protect.
is more I could do.
However, we have an army moved up here now. So he has spread out his armies. So I have to decide how I want to approach this. He has an army in every city, which will be a little bit of a challenge. But we're here for a challenge, right? I still think what I want to do is start at the north, or now, since there's an army up there anyway, start at the south, southern border and move north is maybe the way we'll do it. No, I think we still will start up north. I'd like to see about landing armies as a blocking force while we gain control of Braga. We'll keep with that same plan because down here they're just very, very close and reinforceable. Whereas we set up here, it's a little more secure. We can hang on. I think having 2 armies moving up on the city will still give us, in spite being a tough battle, I still think it's something we could take on, and I may change my mind and put only 1 holding army down here and attack with 3 reinforcing armies. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But it looks like Portugal is going to give us a challenge. It's not going to be any kind of walk in the park to take them over. Okay, so with that in mind, I think we've run fairly long here. Too bad we couldn't start investing this episode, but we have our armies on the move. We know where we're headed, and battles are soon to come in the battles for control of Portugal. So I think what we're going to do is call this episode at this time. We'll just take a quick peek at the Kingdom of Portugal to make sure they've made no allies in the meantime that we have to worry about. That is the lure of going against Portugal, to hopefully not have any other countries drawn into the battle. So it looks like that's holding. So I hope you enjoyed the progress we made towards battle and our first step in conquering the Iberian Peninsula this episode. Hit me a thumbs up if you agree with what we're doing. Leave me a comment if you think there's some other things we need to be looking at. And I hope to see you next time. Really appreciate you watching this time. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching.